Hey there, it's Teresa again from Chesney, South Carolina. I want to tell you a story today about being from the South and being from Chesney, who, by the way, Chesney is 100 years old in 2011. Happy birthday, Chesney! I want to tell you the story today about grits. Do you know what grits are? Grits is something we in Chesney eat for breakfast. Sometimes lunch. Well, we call lunch dinner. And dinner supper. So we eat grits sometimes for breakfast, sometimes for dinner, and sometimes for supper. We love grits. It's a great thing. Some people like putting sugar in them. Not me. Some people like putting butter in them. Butter and sugar, just whatever way you want to eat them. I like grits plain with gravy. Yes, that's the best way to me that you can eat grits. But I remember one time when I was a kid, and my Aunt Frank, she loved making breakfast for supper. So one day she came home from work and she was in there in that kitchen looking everywhere. Where is my grit pot? Yep. If you're from Chesney, you have a certain pot you cook your grits in. And I mean, you better not do anything else with that pot but cook grits in it. You can't make tea in it. You can't boil eggs in it. Only grits and the grit pot, okay? My Aunt Frank was searching in the cabinets, under the sink, everywhere looking for this grit pot. Well, she couldn't find it. Well, it was my cousin Dale's responsibility to wash the grit pot every morning. And it had its certain place in the cabinet to go back. She couldn't find it. Aunt Frank could not find the grit pot. She said, I know the one person that knows where it is. So she got in that car, and my cousin Dale, he was in the 12th grade, and he played football for the Chesney Eagles. Go Eagles! And she pulled down to that ball field. She got out of that car and she went down to that ball field and she said, Dale! Get yourself up here, boy! Here he comes, just a running and a running, all dressed out for practice. She said, get in the car. He said, but Mama, we're practicing football. We got a game Friday night. It's homecoming. She said, I don't care what it is, 'cause you fixing to go home right now. It's a homecoming for you today, boy. So he went and got in the car. When they got home, she said, Dale, where is the grit pot? What have you done with it? He said, Mama, I don't know where it is. She said, oh, yes, you do. And don't you come back in this house until you find it. So, yeah, Dale knew where it was. You ever washed a grit pot? It's awful! It's the worst thing in the world to wash. He didn't want to wash it that morning. So he went and found it, and guess where it was? It was in the bottom of the trash can outside. And where I live, growing up in Chesney, we had these big old nasty trash cans out there that were rusted all around the side. They had emptied it the day before. So guess where that grit pot was? In the very bottom of it. He had to climb over into this nasty trash can and get that grit pot. But, lucky for him, the trash man didn't come that day, because he couldn't go back in the house without that grit pot. So he carried it back in, and he said, here you go, Mama. She said, where'd you find it? He said, in the bottom of the trash can. So, yeah, he got a whipping. Then he had to walk back to practice. So, remember, if you have a grit pot and you don't cook anything in it but grits, you must be from Chesney. So I can't wait to see you again to tell you another fabulous story about You May Be from Chesney. Bye-bye.